Thanks for joining me today. This is Danny, and welcome back to my modded 1.9.4 series. Today we are going to be playing with extra utilities, but I do have a couple of little tiny announcements before we get started. First of all, check out my armor, man. This is the Ender IO Dark Armor, and they changed the model now so that it's not purple when it's enchanted. It's this cool gray. I really like that. That is cool. I like it. And you know what this is? That is a white starlight. You know where we get a light starlight? From Neotech. Hooray! Neotech is back! We've got Neotech in our mod pack back because Neotech has now moved to 1.9.4. So that's awesome. So I got a lot of my Neotech stuff back in here, and I've replaced the progressive automation farm with my Neotech farm again. As you can see, it did end up kind of clear cutting part of my forest down there, but I'll forgive it. To get started with extra utilities, one of the first things we are going to do, well, actually the first thing that you will probably want to do if you're getting started with extra utilities is to make the book. It's called Book. And it has all the information that you would want about extra utilities. Actually, it's missing a lot of information because it's still a work in progress. But it has a decent amount of information about the things that are already working. This whole mod is a work in progress, so a lot of this stuff isn't quite fully functional yet. But after you make your book and you read and you do a little bit of research, then we're going to make a glass cutter. And then we're going to use that glass cutter. Now, you can use the glass cutter to cut glass. I'm not sure if you would have figured that out or not, but yeah. You can use it to break glass. It basically works like Silk Touch, but it also works with some crafting ingredients. We want to make some solar panels because that is the only thing, well, it's one of two different things that we can make from the beginning in order to generate GP, which is grid power. Extra Utilities has its own power system. It doesn't use RF anymore. It has a thing called GP, or grid power. So what we just did is we made a bunch of ender shards using our glass cutter and a ender pearl, and then it just took some durability from the glass. Whoops, no, that's not how you spell glass. It just took some durability from the glass cutter. It took one use of it, so we have 250 uses of that. And then we get, 8 ender shards from each ender pearl. And I actually have 8 left still. Yay! And then, so to make our grid power, there's 2 things that we can do right from the beginning. One of them is to make solar panels. And these require polished stone, which is just any kind of stone block in a 2x2. And some lapis, and then this resonating redstone crystal, which, as you can see, is an ender shard, and we'll just make a couple of those right away. Tech tree start. Hooray! So this is the beginning of the tech tree. So we're going to make, let's make 6 of those for now. Each one of them gives us 1 GP. The other thing that we can make is the manual mill. This guy requires some redstone torches. This guy also generates GP. It generates, if I remember, well, at least it used to generate, it says 1 GP. It used to generate quite a bit, but let's see. Let's see if it still generates a lot for us. But you have to turn it manually. But it could be quite useful in those times when you just need some GP really quickly and you only need it for a little while. Make another one of those. And there's our manual mill. So pretty much all of the power in extra utilities is passive. Let's just put it over here for now. Yeah, you see it gives us 15. So when we're looking at it, it's showing us grid power 0/15, which means that we're using 0 and we're generating 15. As long as we click. And you just have to right click it once, and as long as you're standing here, you're going to be generating 15 power, GP. So if we get into, but then as soon as we stop, we can see we're now generating no power. So we can use that if we're crafting something and we just need a little bit of power for a little while. Now you can see we're generating 2 grid power, but of course the solar panels only work during the day. So now we're going to take a look at some other ways of generating power. So my goal for the day, I mean, there's a lot of different things that we can make with extra utilities, and we'll probably make a few of them along the way, but my ultimate end goal for the day is, you might be able to guess, flight. I would like an angel ring. Of course, I have some other methods of flight right now. I have this jetpack, I've got a glider, and we have our sigil. Oh yeah, our air sigil, which you can actually hold in your right hand, which is pretty cool. So then you can have your sword at the ready, and you can fight, and then you can go doo-doo-doo and fly away. So that's pretty cool. But I would like to have some kind of creative flight too, where we don't have to worry about what tool we're using, or what tool we're holding or whatever, and we don't have to use LP. 32 GP, so obviously we're going to need a lot more power generation than these couple solar panels that I made, and we might actually think about possibly flying at night as well, so we're certainly not going to be able to rely on solar panels. We're now generating 15 GP during the day. Now we can use that power to make some other power generation stuff. So what I'd like to do next is to make some lunar panels, just because I'd like to be able to make sure that we're generating the same amount of power during the day that we are at night. And also, by the way, you might notice there are no pipes. The power is associated with the player, so there's no need for pipes, and there's no power storage. You have a power grid that has a certain amount of power, and you can use that power or you cannot use it. It doesn't matter. It's just there for you, for your availability, and for nobody else. So these 3 things we've already dealt with: the resonating redstone crystal, the powdered stone, but then the lunar reactive dust is something that we make in the resonator. Now it doesn't tell us how much power it requires, but we'll find out in a second. So here's our resonator: block of coal, redstone, some iron, and another one of these. Hooray! Power resonator. So this guy we can put anywhere. Like I said, it does require power, but our power is everywhere. It's in the air. It's a part of our being now, so we don't have to do anything special. And I guess we'll just put it over here for now. So if we take some lapis and put it in here, we'll find out just how much power this is going to require. I don't know if we have enough yet. We'll see. I want to make 12. Is that how many of those I made? No, 15 I made. So let's make 15 of these as well. Whoops. So we put this guy in here, and we're going to see that it requires 16. Now what happens when you run out of power is everything stops. I guess we're going to have to look at some other power generation first. Oh, duh! There we go. Now we're generating 30, which should be enough. But you'll see that when we reached 16, or when we got to the point where we needed more than 16 power, it just stopped. It didn't like go slower. And if we had several things going on at once, everything would stop. Everything stops as soon as you don't have enough power. So here we don't have enough power, so we go over here, we can right click this, and there we go. So it made one of them for us. So we'll have to go through that manual process every time we get to the end of one of these. I'll have to do that 16 times, unless we decide to make something else. Let's take a look at the mills. There's 4 different types of mills. These are all passive power generation. Of course, we already did the manual mill. We have the fire mill, which you just place over fire. We have the water mill, and we have the wind mill. Let's make a fire mill first, because I actually know somewhere where we have some fire that we could use. So the fire mill requires this redstone gear again. And then it requires the stone burn. So the stone burn is polished stone. So this is the same process. Actually, let's just finish this one that we've got going on in here right now. Okay, so we can actually make one lunar panel now. These guys don't require as much power. We can just throw them in there. Now it's telling us we're only generating 9. So apparently these solar panels are not very reliable. That used to not be the case. I don't ever remember having trouble with solar panels, but whatever. Okay, so we need 6 stone burnt. So let's see, how much do we have now? We have 8. Okay, I'm just going to grab those. And we need this stuff for a lot of different recipes. That's why I'm making so much of that. So let's just put this. Oh, you know what? Those chunks aren't loaded down there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it there. And grab my flint and steel. And so right now we're doing 15 power. Now we're doing 17 because this guy is generating 2. The water mill you put in running water, and it will generate up to 4 GP. Depending on how the water is running around it. It's a little confusing. So actually, why don't you just make one of those so that we can kind of see how that works. And then the other thing I want to make is the lava mill. That's actually one of my favorites. This guy generates 2. And this is how we make it. And you put that adjacent to a block of lava. And it just works. Okay, night has fallen and we were only generating 2 GP. So here's our 3 lunar generators I made. As you might guess, they generate power at night from the moon. Here's our lava generator, which is now generating 2 power. And we can actually put it several around this one piece of lava. So we could have like a whole grid of these. Windmill gives us about 1 power depending on where it's placed. So higher up it's going to be more efficient, and also if there's nothing blocking it, to the north and south. Yeah, it's kind of floating there, but it is generating so it's generating over 2 power. Alright, so I'm getting 2.5 power out of our water mill. Took me a little while to kind of fine-tune this to the point where it is now, but apparently you're able to get up to 4 with the water mill, and it all depends how the water is flowing around it. I found that the best or the most efficient thing to do is to have 2 water sources and to place it kind of where the 2 meet. Like if you were to stand in the water and kind of drift to a particular spot, like kind of where the middle of the 2 water sources are, seems to be the best. And I've gotten it up to 3.75 before, but I can't seem to do it with this configuration. But this is just fine, 2.5. I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but it's kind of something you have to kind of play around with and see what works best. But the idea is that you just want as much water flowing around it as possible. We are now generating a lot of LP. Well, enough LP anyway. 36 LP right now. Not LP. GP, sorry. 36 GP during the day and at night. As you can see, we've got our little Domino's pizza thing down there. We've got our lunar cells and our solar cells, so that we're generating the same amount of power during the day that we are at night. I added a whole bunch of lava generators down below the house, and I put some up down there by our blood magic altar, incense altar, because I had some lava down there. So now I think we're ready to make our angel ring. There are a couple other things I want to make too, just for fun, but let's just focus on the angel ring at the moment. So as you can see, it uses 32 GP, so we're covered there as long as we don't do anything else with our network. As long as we're not using more than 5 GP for something else, we'll be able to fly. But as soon as we start using 5 GP or more from anything else, everything stops working. And as you can see, there's several different kinds. Just like with the old angel ring, we have our one with no wings, and then we have our one with feathery wings, like angel wings, I guess. And this is like fairy wings, and then dragon wings, which is one of my favorites, and I think it'll look really good with the with the dark armor. I think I'm gonna go with the dragon wings. Then there's also these like bat-like wings, and then golden wings. So I think I'm gonna go with the dragon wings. It's just, I mean, the only difference between these different recipes is what's in these corners. Everything else is the same. We need 4 gold ingots. We need a resonating redstone crystal, which is the thing that needs the little ender shard. And then we need 2 lassos. We need a golden lasso that has a bat. And then we also need a cursed lasso that has a ghast. So we have to go catch a ghast. So first let's make our golden lasso, and then let's make our cursed lasso. Oh crap, we can't make the cursed lasso yet. We have to go killing endermen. In order to make the cursed lasso, we need one of these drops of evil. So the drop of evil is a rare drop from a wither skeleton. So we'll have to go kill, did I say enderman? I meant wither, so we have to go kill wither skeletons first. So we'll be spending a lot of time in the nether today. I'll probably do most of that off camera though. I've been at this for quite a while, and I got a couple wither skulls, I got a couple necrotic bones, I got a couple pieces of coal, and that's it. There are not very many wither skeletons here at all. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if it's because of the quark. Oh, no, that's not a wither skeleton. I don't know if it's because of the quark blaze spawning. There's a lot more blazes spawn in the nether now. They don't just spawn in fortresses, and they don't just mostly spawn around their spawners. So there's tons of them everywhere, and I think that other mobs don't spawn as much because of it. So I don't know, I may go flying off and looking for a different fortress, but this is a huge fortress, but there's hardly any wither skeletons here. Yay! I finally got it. Took for frickin' ever. Yay, now we have a cursed lasso. Okay, so the cursed lasso, first we have to hurt the target so that most of its health is gone. And then we can right click on it with the cursed lasso to capture it. However, with ghasts, they don't really have many health points, so it might be a little difficult. So I'm gonna try to get out of here, first of all. Oh, there we go. And try to hit it with my bare hand. Actually, I'll just hit it with the lasso. And then, I guess first we have to find one. I heard one. Oh, darn it. Urgh. Whoa. Ah. Alright. I can't kill this guy. No, don't make me kill you. Come on over here. Come on. Get out of the lava. I just need to hit you a little bit. Here we go. Ah, crap. Come on. Darn it! I'm having a little trouble with this because, I mean, besides the fact that it's difficult to reduce a ghast to 2 hearts without killing it, but the ghast spawning, it seems really rare. Like, and I had the same problem with the wither skeletons too. Just not much is spawning. But I hear one right now somewhere. I don't even see it on my map. And now I don't hear it anymore. Darn it. Right, gotta get it down to 2 heart. We're almost there. Yay, we got it. Hooray! Phew. Alright, there's one down here. I heard it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Hey, hey, get out of my way. No, don't make me teleport. Urgh. Oh, there's a bat. Darn it. Where are you? Oh, there's another one. Oh, these guys are hard to catch. Oh, I see diamonds. Come on, let me catch you. It won't be bad. I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to turn you into a... Aha. Did I get it? Yay! I got it! Awesome! I think we have everything we need now. But I'm not... I might as well grab these as long as they're here and I'm here. We're almost there. What? Oh. Oh, I already had a golden lasso. Whoops. Oh well. So there's our bat. There's our ghast. And there's our wings. Hooray! Oh, this is exciting! Let's do this, just so we can see. Oh, they're really small. Oh, weird. Okay, that's fine. I think we can put that... Oh, what? Oh, that's interesting. So it's not compatible with baubles. Interesting. Okay, maybe that is coming, but let's not worry about that right now. I don't care. We'll just keep it right there. We'll be filling up our bauble slots eventually anyway. So now we should have creative flight. Oh. This is very exciting. Oh, I have my glider on? Is it on? Glider disabled. Okay. Oh, that's weird. The descent seems different somehow. Nice. And then we can still use our air sigil if we want to go a little fat. Wow. Actually, this is faster than our air sigil. We don't really need our air sigil anymore. Crazy. And I wonder, let's compare this to our jetpack. Obviously, the hovering is a lot faster, but I wonder about the ascent. Because when we go up with our jetpack, we go up very fast. But when we go up without it, we're not as fast. Okay. That's good enough, though. I am totally happy with this. Hooray! Look at me fly! Well, we still have quite a bit of time left, so I'm going to make a couple other things with extra utilities. And it's not that this didn't take very long, it took very long. It's just, most of what was going on wasn't very interesting, so I did it off camera, like all the time I spent in the nether. But, you know, it's creative flight. I guess that shouldn't be too easy, right? So I'd like to make a magical boomerang. This is a ranged weapon. Well, it's a boomerang, just like you would expect. And it requires a bookshelf and, well, it requires this magical wood, which is a bookshelf, a gold ingot with 4 XP. Now, check this out. Oh, you know what? We can't do it in here. So check this out now. If we get rid of all our XP, just for fun. Nope, wrong way. That way. And we try to do this. We'll see that we can't. Because this recipe actually requires XP. So 4 XP. And now we can make it. And it took our 4 XP. And we've earned an achievement, magical wood. But I'm going to take it 4 out at a time, just so that we're not wasting XP, because if we take out 12 XP, it's going to end up costing a lot more experience points. Because as you probably already know, the higher the levels, the more experience points it takes to get to the next level. So then we go like this, no, this, and we have ourselves a magical boomerang, and now it's daytime, so I can't really, oh yeah, we can. I know we can do this. Oh, I don't need my glider anymore, that's right, I have creative flight. So, whoa. Oh, yes, create a flight. I'm not used to flying anymore. Crazy. So it hits him, and then it comes back. How much damage did it do? Let's see. It did about... Why did I just fall? I don't know why I just fell there. That was weird. So it did about 10 points of damage. So we should be able to hit. No. Oh boy. Well, okay. Oh, I guess that worked. It does knock him back a little bit. Boy. It doesn't do much damage though. I wonder if we can enchant this thing. Okay. I'm gonna make an ender chest so that I can make a player chest. I did this the last time I played with extra utilities in my FTB unstable 1.82. My floor got all messed up down here. I don't know what happened, but after I upgraded, I got a different tile down here and I don't like it. I had like kind of a smooth like concrete floor before. But this is the player inventory. So what this guy is it's our inventory. See? There's our inventory and there's our inventory. Isn't that cool? But what's great with it, or what's great about it, is that you can interact with this block. Other machines can interact with it. You can pipe stuff into it. You can take stuff out. It does take 4 power though, so we might have to do a little bit more power generation. But what you can do is you can specify particular slots in your inventory as insert or extract. You could theoretically have armor, replace any broken armor that you have. What I'm going to do is actually the same thing I did last time, and I'm going to set up one of the... Oops. I'm going to set up one of the slots to send stuff back here. I would like it to go into this modular storage, but it's getting kind of crowded over there. Why don't we do this? Why don't we have a pipe over here? Some item conduits. Oh, we have a lot of item conduits. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to set up an item conduit here. And I'm going to put the chest here. And I'm going to say extract only. And then I'm going to set the item conduit. Oh, we'll have to put a facade there. We'll set up the item conduit. You know what we can do? I have this little morphing tool. There's a mod called Morpho Tool. It's actually Vasky. And it has one item. Morphing tool. It's made like so. And then you take that tool, you put it in a crafting grid with your wrenches and such. And they all are contained within here. And when you point at something, so now I'm pointing at my Ender IO pipe, you can see that it changed to the Yeta wrench. And if I point to any Ender IO stuff, it changes to the Yeta wrench. When I point at the RF Tools stuff, it changes to the RF Tools wrench. And so on and so forth. Whatever wrenches I put into it. And here's my Neotech wrench. So that is pretty freaking cool. So what I'm going to do is that, and then I'm going to say extract active always. That was actually just a shift left click. And if there was more than one direction to connect to, it would give me that north, south, east, west, or whatever. So now what's going to happen is if I put something in this slot, it's going to get sent back. So what's nice about that is once I get used to it, though it does take me a little while to get used to it whenever I do that, because sometimes I'll accidentally put stuff in that slot and it'll end up getting sent home. But now when I want to send stuff home, all I have to do is throw it in that slot. I don't have to open up this thing and go like this. And if I'm like mining or something and my inventory gets full, everything I pick up will just get sent home. If all my other inventory slots are full, stuff will just end up dropping into this inventory slot and it'll just get sent home. So I'd never really have to worry about running out of space in my inventory. Hooray! Okay, I'm going to make 2 of these screens. And then, let's see, where do I want to put these guys? Right, let's just put this, how about right there? Sure. And you can make these as big as you want with a bunch of these screen blocks. And you just right click it and you can put in an Imgur ping file. It has to be a PNG, and it has to be on imgur.com. And there is the one I'm going to post. Hooray! It's my mod pack, Danny's Cyrenus pack, or Cyrenus pack. Beautifully precarious cutting edge pack for Minecraft 1.9. Oh, actually that should be 1.9.4. That is pretty cool. I like that. That is very nice. But it does require, I believe this is going to drain 2 power. 1 for each of the screens. And it does actually require, each one of the screens requires 3/8 of an ender pearl. So it can end up adding up if you're low on ender pearls, which I am. My tree farm clear cut this whole area. So I just did some replanting. And instead of using a whole bunch of bone meal, I decided to make a watering can. This is also from Extra Utilities, so we just right click until we fill it up. It's a little different than the old one, in the old Extra Utilities, in that it actually takes a certain amount of water and it uses the water as we use the can, as we use the watering can. And it does a 3x3 area, so if we do, whatever. I was pretty sure that it works on trees, but it doesn't seem to be working. There we go. Hooray! And it's a little different than bone meal. It actually speeds up the tick rate, so it will do things. Wow, that uses a lot of water. Look at that. If you do have any questions or comments, or you just want to say hello, or you have some suggestions or whatever, please feel free to do so in the comment section below. And if you did enjoy this, don't forget to click the like button. In the next episode, we will be continuing with blood magic. Whoa, look at me. Look at me flying around without using RF or redstone or LP or anything like that. I'm just flying. That's all. Thanks for watching.